Yo, what's going on? Your boy Ghost here, and today I am bringing you guys another comparison video between the FARA and XM4. Now I wanted to make this video because it's no secret that the FFAR right now is running rampant, and it's clearly the meta for secondaries and just everyone's using it. But the mid-season update is kind of like bringing hope to all of us, because a lot of people are hoping that there's a nerf to the FFAR, or at least some type of tunage, including myself. I mean, the FFAR has gotten to the point where something needs to change. Now, I don't want it to get run into the ground, but it can't stay the way it is. And when that day comes, or if it comes in this mid-season update, you know, we're going to have to find the next best thing. And I think these two weapons, the XM4 and FARA, are up next. But before we get into that, I want to say, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 2K. We just hit 1.54K. So, you know what I'm saying, we're only like, what, 460 subs away from that 2K. And I know we can hit it. So, you know, help a brother out. Also, man, if you are looking for some or more type of entertainment for myself, go follow me on Twitch at alwaysghost_, because, you know, I'll be streaming there as much as I can, and I'll just be vibing. So, yeah. Anyways, with that being said, man, let's get into the comparison. And here we have the recoil pattern for the XM4, which isn't that bad. Very easily controllable, especially when you put on attachments. And especially since we're talking about the XM4 and FAR being replacements for the FFAR, I don't really think, like, recoil matters that much, because we're not going to really be using this gun at extreme ranges, and because the FFAR really isn't used at those extreme ranges as well. Yes, there's the occasional case that you see people beaming people from a pretty good amount of distance, and these ARs also could do the same, but for the most part, you're going to be using the XM4, FAR, and FFAR at close to medium range, because again, that's what the FFAR is used for, and we're talking about the guns that are up next. Now, let me tell you guys something. This XM4 right here, bro, this is by far right now one of the most underrated ones in the game. Some of you guys might have doubts on how good this gun is and if this gun is good at all, but this gun right here, bro, is so good. When I first started using it like 2 weeks ago, or whenever I make that comparison to FFAR XM4, I was very surprised how good it was. If you guys did not know, it was when the second season happened. The barrels got changed for all Cold War ARs. They got like made better, but then at the same time, they nerfed the agency suppressor, so Cold War ARs kind of got chalked for a little bit until they reverted the agency suppressor. And when they did that, it made a lot more Cold War weapons viable. And this XM4 got like a huge buff with all those changes, and it's made it into one of the more reliable weapons for what it's used for. Like, I definitely think this is one of the closer weapons to FFAR than like even a Mac or a Groza or just any other gun in the game. I know it's kind of hard to replicate what the FFAR does, because really there's no gun like it. You know, no gun has the capabilities of FFAR. Some guns come close, and like I said, the XM4 is definitely one of those that is very, very, very close to that FFAR. And yes, I've outgunned FFARs in the past with XM4, but I don't know. Trying to say like you outgun certain guns with, you know, for example, XM4, just kind of feels weird, because it kind of varies, you know. Like, I could use any gun that's somewhat decent and gun FFAR, but at the same time, it just depends on who I'm facing with that FFAR. If I'm facing like a god with FFAR, it's very hard to outgun them with like just another weapon that isn't FFAR. Not to say that XM4 can't do it, because XM4 can definitely do it. It has the capabilities of doing that, no problem. I've done it before, I keep on doing it, and this gun just, I don't know, it's one of my favorite guns right now, I'm not gonna lie, because the M4 in general is just one of my favorite guns in the game, and, you know, basically I have two of them. And now that I know that this XM4 is very viable, I like running it. And I was running it today, and I was having a lot of fun with it. You know, I'm always gonna have fun with it, because it's still good, and I get the job done with it. But a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, they're hesitant to use anything other than FFAR, which is understandable. You know what I'm saying? Like, the meta right now is kind of punishing, because you really feel like you can't try other things out. And I don't know, that kind of sucks. It felt the same way in the DMR meta. And, you know, oh, again, man, it's getting to that point. You know, like, it may not be as bad as the DMR, but goddamn, this all FFAR shit, bro, it's gotta go, bro. You know what I'm saying? It has to go. It's gotta go. I can't keep dealing with this. If it doesn't get nerfed in the mid-season update, we're gonna have to literally suffer through like a few more weeks of this before we get the new season. And even then, there's no guarantee that in the season 3 is gonna be nerfed. And actually, hold up, before anyone mentions that they already confirmed nerfs for the FFAR or the AUG or whatever, No, they did not. Someone commented this in my last video. Not trying to knock on anybody, but like they already confirmed it for Cold War multiplayer, not for Warzone. Warzone doesn't really, you know what I'm saying? Weapon tunage is just like it's kind of we get left in the dark about it. You know what I'm saying? We don't really know what they're doing until it gets done. They never really try to keep us posted. You know, Raven does a good job, but like when it comes to shit like tunage and weapons, they don't really speak out that much. But we're gonna have to wait and see. Hopefully things happen, and let's get into the FAR. And here we have the recoil pattern for the FARA, which is actually literally the opposite of the XM4. As you can see, the FARA goes left while the XM4 goes right. But overall, this gun doesn't really have that much recoil again. Towards the range, it starts getting a little weird. But again, we're not using this gun for range. We're using it pretty much like FFAR. And this gun has every capability of doing so. And I know a lot of you, man, I see a lot of hate on the FARA, bro. Trust me, this gun isn't bad at all. Initially, when I first used it, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of had my doubts a little bit. I was kind of one of those guys that was like, you know, it could be good, but, you know, I had a little, but like, bro, every time I pick up the ground loot FAR, you know, with the sight and whatnot, that gun always melts. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to try something different with my FAR now. I'm going to actually put on the sight. As you guys can see here, I put the Hawksmoor sight on it. I did try out using, like, the Microflex LED. I tried using all the other sights, and it just had this weird thing where I aimed in. Like, it felt weird. I don't know how to really explain it, but when I aimed in, it felt weird, you know, like I just couldn't mess with it. And the Hawksmoor felt the most comfortable, and I had a lot of success with it. I had a lot of fun with this gun. Definitely a refresher, and it just reminded me that this gun has capabilities of being like an FFAR. You know, I ain't gonna lie, one thing that I will say, the FFAR right now, you know, how it's being used as a secondary, I don't think the FAR and XM4 can quite replicate that, which is okay, to be honest with you, because an AR should not be paired up with an other AR and have a lot of success at close and long range. Like, I shouldn't be able to use an AR consistently and outgun SMGs, which are literally made for close quarter engagements. Like, that doesn't make sense. It shouldn't happen, and, you know what I'm saying? So, I think it's good that the FARA and XM4 don't resemble the FFAR in that sense. But, you know, when it comes to the whole car combination with these weapons, it's an amazing combination, all three of them. They all share the similarities. They're all really good. And I think especially when FFAR doesn't seem ridiculous, these guns are going to stand out a lot more. And I think, I'm telling you guys, like, when the nerf comes, XM4 and FARA are the weapons to look out for, because, again, when that FFAR doesn't seem as godly as it does now, some weapons are going to stand out more. And these two weapons are the top candidates. And I'm calling it right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, in a few months or whenever the meta shifts, and if the FARA and XM4 are up there or are being used a lot more, I called it. You know what I'm saying? I called it. And, you know, a lot of people like running the car, including myself. I like running the car. And I really think that not only will the FFAR nerf help these increase in usage, but just they fit so well with that car combination. And the car is like easily top 3 most used gun in the game. Like, it has to be. I don't know the statistics on that. I don't know if that's true or not, but I mean, bro, you see a car every game, and every other team has a car. No matter what game mode you play, I swear it's always there. And, you know, I like running it too. I'm guilty, because that shit is fun as fuck to use. But, you know, sometimes you kind of struggle with that, like, what gun do I really want to run with the car? You know what I'm saying? Like, there is a lot of capable weapons of doing it, but the FAR and XM4, I think, are like gonna be at that top of the list when it comes to using it with the car. Now, all I'm saying is, man, just look out for it. You know, I keep repeating that, but it's something to just pay attention to. And I hope I'm not wrong, because these weapons definitely deserve more. They deserve more of the spotlight, because they're being slept on right now, which I guess understandable. Like I said, a lot of people are kind of just scared to move away from FFAR, given the fact that it feels punishing to not run FFAR. But I'm telling you, if you hit your shots and, you know, you got it, you're going to be able to outgun FFARs. Like, don't be scared to run it. Now, look, yes, there's some instances where FFAR will get you, but that just happens. But I'm telling you, like, it's possible. It's possible. It's possible to defeat FFAR with these weapons. You know what I'm saying? Use something else. You can have a lot more fun. Because I know a lot of you guys out there have been running FFAR a lot since it's been meta. I know that's all you use every day, or essentially a combination of the AUG or FFAR when you're running anything. And, you know, I'm kind of guilty of that too, but it just feels nice to not use those weapons for like amount of time, for a good amount of time, and just run around with variety. It's like the game itself, you know, it gets stale, right? And right now it's in a weird state where it's kind of stale. And if you just run the same shit over and over and over again, like, it's just gonna just burn you out completely. So, you know, that's why I like making these videos, though, because it allows for me to just get out the comfort zone, get out that meta mindset, and just run these other weapons that people don't, you know, really believe to be usable, but then they are. And, you know, just it's fun. It's just a fun time because I'm just branching out my diversity, and it's just the gameplays are just nice, you know, because I'm not using the same shit every game. I may be using it a lot and frequently, but whatever, man. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about the XM4 and FARA. Do you guys think they will be meta or a lot more used when the FFAR gets nerfed, or if it gets nerfed? Let's hope that it does. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later, and I'm out. Peace.